Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and hello, listeners. I am RJ. Uh, this is a Toonkind at 12 FPS with my good friend.
Hi, I'm Eros. I am here. I will be playing a skeleton. That's who I usually play. Sometimes I don't, but this time I am.
Skeleton time. And I am playing a campfire. So it's been a hot minute, pun intended, since, uh, it's been a hot minute, pun intended, since, Grills and Nebula have last talked.
Yeah.
And Nebula, you have received a little note from Grills, basically going, hey, do you have time for me to drop by to talk? At some place of your convenience at a time of your convenience. Please. I'm begging you.
Yeah, Nebula would, definitely respond to that. He is, Um, he doesn't know where Grills is. He doesn't know if Grills can travel by montage at this point or not. So the time that he gives is, enough time to, probably cross the continent. Just in case, because he doesn't know where Grills is unless he mentioned that. But it is, soon after, giving that time provided. Because, yeah, he wants to know what's going on.
Awesome. Yeah, no, Grills cannot yet travel by montage. I don't know if he will ever get that ability. He might, depending on how things progress. But he cannot do it yet. So it does take him a little while to get to Nebula's place of residence.
Mm-hmm.
So he's grateful for the delay. But at the time that you specified, there is a knock at the door.
All right. Well, Nebula will calm down and answer that. Open the door. Hello.
Cool.
He greets.
Roll me a perception check. Please.
All right. I forgot to get Nebula's sheet up. Of course I did.
That would be probably helpful.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Oh wait, there it is. I'm pretty sure it's a +1. I have rolled this enough times. I'm pretty sure it's a +1, but it's always good to double check.
Yeah, perception is one of those stats that you end up memorizing. But
yeah. Oh, that's a dirty 20.
Pretty nice. Okay. While you're looking at Grills, and immediately right off the bat, you can see that his hair, it was a gradient. It's still technically a gradient, but it's now a moving gradient, much like the flickering of fire.
yeah, yep, he's noticed that.
Also, the kind of, he had kind of fairly thick eyelashes anyway, but it's starting to become less like thick eyelashes and more like an outline around his eyes. And hang on, let me see if he clocks you clocking this. I think that's probably enough. That's probably enough. He clocks you clocking this and just kind of shrugs semi-helplessly and goes, "Can we talk?"
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, he opens the door wider and gestures him in, leads him up to the apartment, because this is a flower shop, and their apartment is in the back of it. Yeah, he will lead him upstairs to the apartment. Probably, uh, probably gesture him to sit down in the living room, but before he sits, he asks, would you like anything to drink?
Um, tea would be nice if you have it.
He nods. Oh, what kind? I'm in a weird voice for Nebula right now. It's like a mixture between Nebula's and Hickory's, I think. I'm going to try to get back to Nebula's actual voice, but...
He just kind of pauses. Uh, whatever tea you have that you would recommend, I suppose.
He nods and goes to get something. I'm not going to specify which, because I forgot what kind of tea Nebula specifically likes. Like, I know I've decided at some point, but I forget. So I'm not going to specify. But he does... he does get tea, and he makes them for himself and for Grills, and then he sits down next to him, and says, so what's going on? Aside from gestures at the changes.
Now that I'm here, I don't actually describe it.
He tilts his head, waiting patiently.
Grills kind of steeples his hands in front of his face, kind of pausing, trying to find words to describe what the fuck is going on. Well, sometimes, no, stop.
It's alright.
He kind of goes from steepled hands to fucking prayer hands, and just goes, sometimes when I reach into my hammer space, I pull out items that are not mine, but feel familiar.
This is definitely something that has caught his interest. He's quiet for a bit, thinking.
It's only ever I am reaching in for something else and get a fumble, I believe you called them. But it doesn't happen all the time either.
Interesting. That's not quite a thing I've heard of before. I suppose I sort of No, never mind. That was like half of that was like me trying to figure things out before realizing that. He did not have, because I was thinking maybe like he would have discovered stuff from his past life that way, but then I remembered that all of his stuff from his past life kind of exploded out of him when he died. So that's not it. So he does not recognize that at all, that feeling. Even if it's slightly different. I haven't heard of that before. That's interesting.
You'll forgive me if I don't find that answer exactly comforting.
I apologize. It's not a Toon thing. I will say that. The hammer space, the fumbles, yes, but things that are familiar that you don't remember is not.
It's well, I don't know if it's things I don't remember. Most of these items I have never seen before in my life. And yet they instinctively feel as though they are mine.
Nebula's getting vibes because things that he assumes are his that he does not like technically recognize but are familiar. Can you give me some examples?
And he pauses to think, and goes, I pulled out an old apron once. There was something written on it in a language I don't know. But somehow I knew it spelled kiss the chef. It was covered in dust.
He's like half crossed his arms, like he's crossed one arm and like the other one is like kind of you know, like folded to the mouth in that thinking position. Yeah. The only experience I have with that kind of thing in general, not from a hammer space perspective, but things that you don't recognize being familiar or don't, yeah, would be similar things as what you found around me when I died. So things from past life, but I don't think you mentioned anything having experienced anything similar to what I have.
Well, I've certainly never died, if that's what you're asking. I've come close, as, one would expect someone who's fought in wars, but...
Any indications of memory loss in general?
Not that I'm aware of, but also I don't know if I'd be aware of that. If that makes sense.
No, I understand. I'm gonna do a couple rolls. I'm gonna roll. I'll say history with advantage because he has been looking into Grill's situation, so he remembers some specifics of what was said last time.
Okay.
Oh, that's already a 23.
Oh, nice.
Let's see if we can somehow get higher than that. Yeah.
Okay,
The other one was 17, so yeah, he remembers, like, I don't remember what exactly Grill said specifically the last time, but I think he did mention that it came after, like, sort of merging with a tune. So I will roll intelligence now. DMV, why did you sign me out? One moment.
Alas.
I'm pretty sure I remember his modifier for this, but
I mean, if you're proficient in history, then it's gonna be a +2. But if you're not, it's a +1.
well, that's history. I'm looking for.
Yeah, but if you're proficient in the history skill, then your intelligence modifier is gonna be a +2.
Oh,
Your
okay, yeah,
PV, assuming you're level 5, your PV is a +3.
yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a +2. So I will do that. Yeah, +2. All right. 15. I think that'd be enough to. Yeah. Um. Yeah, to figure out the at least an idea. Um. So after a bit of thinking, he says, "You mentioned before that your this transformation is happening due to a sort of merging with a tune.
Yeah.
Perhaps it's their stuff."
Ooh. Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright. You're a monk. Why do you not have proficiency in wisdom saves? Okay.
Oh boy! Oh, wonderful!
Grills looks very disconcerted.
Oh, wonderful! Gosh. That's the only explanation that immediately comes to mind for me. I. I know it's a lot to think about, but your whole situation is really. He kind of splays his hands out and says, "That's the only thing I can come up with right now."
Do you think... I think there's a possibility that might... I don't know, override me?
I wouldn't say overwrite completely. I hope not. But if the two of you merged, then I have to assume that it's not just you. There maybe not overwrite, but there could be a combination, sort of, or different moments of different reactions. This is purely speculative. I don't. This is new to me. I don't know. I'm not an expert in this. But
Right, yes.
but those would be my guesses of ways that this could manifest.
He lets out kind of measured, weighty breath and drags a hand through his hair, and then mutters something out in Ignan. A little kind of fucking whatever the fucking equivalent of well, fuck me, I guess, is in Ignan.
Uh, gosh. Yeah, gosh. Yeah, Nebula, says, like, gives a kind of, like, apologetic smile and kind of says, apologies. And he says that in Ignan.
As a pause, didn't realize you spoke Ignan. You speak it very well.
There's also a pause. And, like, the pause goes on, and he's kind of staring now, and he's like, he looks very...
No?
He's... Gosh, hold on. Should I roll something for this? I don't know if I should roll something for this.
Roll if you want. Roll if you want.
Sure, why not? Sure, why not? What's your okay, your wisdom.
Fireside Revelations.
Oh, that's an 8. Yeah, he's stunned. He's not like his response isn't words so much as like a he's yeah, he was that wasn't that he what? He's very confused and like he doesn't know what to do with this. This is new. Hello?
Gonna place the teacup to one side. You spoke Ignan with a fluency I've only known in native speakers.
Gosh, what is... That's new. Okay, that's new. Okay. All right. That's new. All right. He is sitting there with like his hands clasped, just trying to process this. This is natively speaking Ignan. This is new. This is a big clue that he hasn't had a big clue in a while. Yeah.
Are you okay?
Sorry. I Just give me a moment. This is... I haven't had any... I suppose clues in this big in a very long time. All right, okay. He's just gonna sit there and sip his tea while he processes.
Understandable.
I think after a while, he does start saying, I've had small things since we last met. I found a small child by by the mountain, on the mountain, by where I was found, who seemed to recognize similar things that I know that I have not found here, that I don't know where it is from, but I know, so I have to assume that it has to do with where I was in my previous life. But they also could not remember. They recognized, but could not remember. And then he, like, his expression changes to, like, he's very frustrated. Like, this is, like, a annoyed frustration, not at himself, but, like... And then there's this ghost who... They gave me a type of candy, that, again, I have not found here anywhere, but that I recognized. And they would not tell me where they got it. And they left. And I have not seen them since. And, he's very annoyed at this ghost.
Where did you meet the ghost?
He gestures, like, building across the street. They live in an abandoned apartment, and they only come a couple times a year, and they have left.
It sounds like... Well, it sounds like for the both of us, everything starts at that mountain. Have you tried to go into it?
I haven't... into it? I haven't found any openings or anything where I was. I've been looking, but...
I found a cave. That's where I was staying. It happened. And the tune came out of the cave itself. It would make sense, although I don't know if this line would follow that sense, given that it's regular logic, not tune logic, that the cave leads further into the mountain.
It's a place to start that I have not had any, well, I haven't had any luck anywhere else, so we might as well try it. But would you be okay going back there?
I've faced worse things before.
Alright. Maybe we'll find something, I don't know. It's worth a check.
Indeed. We won't know what we will find if we don't go.
Indeed. Oh, alright.
Do you have anyone you would like to come with you?
Man, I have to, Because, like, at that question, he might suggest Hickory, but Hickory's not supposed to be there. There are plans.
Hickory is sure not appearing in that campaign.
No, he's not. There's also going to be a special FPS afterwards. That's basically where the heck did Nebula go? Because he was only supposed to be there for like a day, and he did not come back after a day. But yeah. I think he'll just say, perhaps we'll see if they're able to make it. Yeah, I'm gonna decide. I'm gonna decide that the original plan was for Hickory to come with, but then something like an emergency happened immediately beforehand, so they couldn't. I'm gonna go with that. Let's go with that.
Makes sense.
That will remain in character and also in line with the campaign and plans and such. Perhaps Hickory. They were the one who resurrected me, and they have about as much knowledge as I do. It would be helpful, I think, for them to come with.
Indeed. I'd like some time to gather some supplies, but other than that, I don't really have anyone I need to contact.
Roll insight.
Oh, alright. That is another dirty 20.
Christ. Okay. You notice as he says that, there is a look of sadness to his face, as if he can actually think of someone he would want to contact, but for some reason he can't contact them.
Interesting. I don't think Nebula would pry into that, but that's certainly something he knows now. Alright. I usually go there around end of summer, beginning of fall, or around there. It's it's kind of an anniversary trip. We could do that. We could, or if we wanted to, we could go a little earlier. It would, either way, it's a few months before then. It would give us some time to prepare.
Indeed. I am able to go whenever, pretty much. So, whatever work best for yourself with your Hickory.
Alright. I'll talk to them about it. We'll see what they think. I would myself prefer it in the warmer weather. I'm not great with cold.
Bitch.
What?
Oh my god.
What? Oh, wonderful. What is this?
God damn it.
What's this for?
You're gonna fucking believe what he just fumbled.
What?
You fumbled out the fucking apron.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Oh, how fitting.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Fucking 1 in 100 chance. Oh, no, actually, smaller odds than that, because it's a d20 that I have to roll to figure out what the hell he's fumbling.
Gosh.
1 in some ridiculous chance. God damn it.
Wow. Wow.
He reaches into his sleeve to pull something out and instead pulls out the apron and just kind of freezes in place. And, like, you can see, it is a fucking dusty apron. The dust is mostly conglomerated around, like, where the, like... It's one of those ones that has, like, a loop that goes over your head around your neck and then ties at the back.
Ah.
The dust is mostly conglomerated around that neck loop, and on, kind of, like, drifting down from that.
All right, interesting. All right. Yeah. Nebula sees him freeze, and notices the dust that he mentioned was on there. I don't know if he can see the writing on it. Actually, hold on one moment.
I mean, you can probably see a bit. When he pulls it out of his sleeve, it's, like, bunched up a bit. You can see some of the writing.
Alright. Sorry, I had to get a drink. Yeah, he notices that. He notices freeze, and he's like, oh, this is what I was told about. Well, That, I see. I think he kind of holds his hand out to, ask to take it and look it over a little.
Grills will, unfreeze and hesitantly hand it over. Runs a hand through his hair before realizing, oh, my hands are covered in dust. Oh, there's dust in my hair. Oh, go like that. God damn it.
I don't recognize the writing either. Interesting. I don't know. Would it be, like, he's gonna look to see what properties he can find of this. Would it at all be magical?
Like, technically this is an armor item, if we're going by Undertale classifications. I don't fucking know. Maybe abjuration or something?
Alright.
Like
Yeah.
a little faint aura of abjuration?
Yeah, yeah. Well, it seems protective in nature. Well, I guess if it's just school magic, you wouldn't know that specifically. Then again, he is.
I mean, abjuration is the protection.
Oh, it is
school of
protection.
magic.
Okay, this is me not knowing stuff. All right.
Abjuration is your protecty shit.
All right, cool.
Your
He does know that
wards, your
then.
shields, yada yada.
He does know that then. All right. It seems protective in nature. Not unlike some things that I have. This is like nothing. I've never brought this up before. This is he's got no, this isn't anything big. This is just he bought a kitty cat scarf at one point, and so he has an extra point of AC, so he kind of like
it's basically like that.
Yeah. So
plus one to ace there.
Yeah, so
Doesn't give you any resistances though.
Yeah, so he kind of like he's got a kind of second scarf around the one that's part of his design, and he kind of like how do you describe it? Like, kind of like pinches it and moves it a bit as like when he says that it's something's like of his, like he like this is a similar thing. Um, but yes, there was faint magic to it, abjuration, protection. I can tell you that at least.
This is.
And he does kind of like rub at his forehead here in confusion and kind of feeling.
Mm.
Like, not quite overwhelmed, but like that kind of vibe.
I think he hands it back and says, "That's all I can really figure out from it, though. But I suppose it's something."
You have my thanks.
Mm. He nods.
Stuffs it awkwardly back up his sleeve.
Unfortunately, I don't have much else in general. I have been looking into your situation, of course. I promised I would. I have met several different uh part tunes, real kind becoming tunes, but they're all different from your situation.
Mm-hmm. Well, you have my thanks for looking into it anyway.
Mm. I'll keep looking. I'll see if there's anything I have missed. But that's all that I have right now. Just the apron is magical, I suppose. I suppose I don't know if it's a thing to thank you for, but uh, the new knowledge as to what I might have been before, that I don't think I would have uh, come to have that revelation without you speaking Ignan. So I suppose thank you for that as well.
If nothing else, I am glad I could have helped bring that revelation to your attention.
It's definitely something to think, definitely something to talk about with Higuri and with others that I know, friends, family. Yes. What a day.
I'll agree to that. Winecrawl is so very strange.
I would know. I've known it for as long as I can remember. If you, well, feel free to contact me again if you have any other concerns, if anything else comes up. Uh, I know that I see that the transformation is progressing, and I can assume that to be fairly scary. Uh, but I am here if you need me.
I appreciate it.
If you'd like, I could recommend talking you to one of the one of the people that I mentioned, real kind becoming Toon. They're chicken, about chicken sized. TOC. They have their situation is different, but they've also been going through the transformation. They might be able to relate.
If you think it wise, then I would go speak to them.
He he nods. They're in Toontown too. I can. I would recommend it. Gosh, I have to I don't know. Because I myself know that where, cause TOC is rooming with Juniper and they don't necessarily want too many people to know where Juniper lives, but also this is TOC specifically that he's talking about, but I don't know, and I also don't know how much Nebula knows about all that. Not much I know, but about the secrecy kind of thing, so I don't know how much.
I think with a fucking 24 insight, girls can pick up that potentially speaking to TOC at TOC's home might be difficult.
Yeah, alright, that works.
For the suggestion of they meeting at a nearby cafe or something.
Yeah. They write letters a lot. I can. He gets up and he goes to. Well, they do have the letters, and they do. I would assume they'd have the address. There's also paper airplanes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can do paper airplanes. We'll go with paper airplanes.
Makes sense.
Yeah. I don't think Nebula knows what TOC stands for. So just.
I mean, if TOC goes by TOC, I think the paper airplanes would work with that.
Yeah. No, I was just seeing if he would explain the. He probably would if he knew he might have said that. Hey, it stands for the ticked off chicken, but no, we'll just stick with TOC. But yeah, I'd suggest writing a paper airplane to them. Mention that I recommended talking with them. I'll also talk with them. See if they're if they'd want to speak with you, help you. I think it might help.
That would be a pretty.
He is going back to sipping his tea.
Grills will also finish up his tea.
Murmurs an appreciation for the tea. So I assume Nebula's got good taste in tea, so it's probably a good tasting tea.
He smiles at that. And he'll go to once they're done to put the dishes away, wash them and such, or maybe just put them in the sink for now. He'll wash them when he does not have a guest. How, aside from that, how have you been?
I'm not gonna make you roll insight for this. He kind of takes on a 1,000-yard stare, and goes, I went on a job a few weeks ago. Our old quest in Anglo, so, how do you say? Oh, stars. Are they also batshit crazy?
Nebula's laughing. Yes. I would say yes, indeed. Have you seen Toontown?
Not very much of it.
There's always something going on, and it's always wild. It's not. The point is, yes, usually they are quite crazy, yes.
Oh dear. Just kind of pinches the bridge of his nose like, oh, okay, great.
He's smiling, but he also says apologies.
No, that's not something you can control. You don't need to apologize for that. One would think after 5 years I'd be used to this by now, but evidently not.
Comes with the territory.
If you'd like, I can regale you with the tale, although I'd hate to bore you.
Oh, I have to say I am curious.
Girls will fucking tell the tale of the Goofus birds and the Haunter, which I'm not gonna fucking recount in full here because I know you're planning to listen to that game.
Yeah, I will listen to it later. Unfortunately, that also means I cannot give Nebula's reactions, but that's all right.
You can tell them to me later.
Yeah. Actually, would that be a good place to leave off on with girls going through this tale?
Yeah, I think it's a good place to iris out.
All right. Yeah. This was revelations.
Learning things.
Yeah, learning things.
Oh boy.
Gosh, I was not. Yeah. Gosh. Thank you for listening. Those in the gallery and in listening in the future. This is fun. We have lore drop.
Lore drop, baby.
Yee. But yes. Thank you for listening. And we will see you in the future. Bye.
Bye.